ńlá. Iwájú làwa ò máa lọ, a ò máa ní rẹ̀yìn o. Iwájú lèmi ò máa lọ, ò máa ní rẹ̀yìn o. Iwájú lẹ́yìn ò máa lẹ, ò máa ní rẹ̀yìn o. Lálẹ́ àmàmì inshallah. Lálẹ́ àmàmì inshallah. Àwa tá ń tẹ̀lé tí òjíṣẹ́ ńlá. Iwájú làwa ò máa lọ, a ò máa ní rẹ̀yìn o. Sunnah and self-esteem ara ọ̀tọ̀. Ètò ìrora ẹni lágbára, ìgbéra ẹni níyì ti wà lórí afẹ́fẹ́ báyìí o. Ní gbogbo ọjọ́ Jímọ̀ lórí iléeṣẹ́ wa Naija 101.1 FM láti aago 6 títí di aago 8 àṣálẹ́. Láti ṣe olùgbọ̀wọ́ ètò yìí, ẹ kàn sí wa lórí ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wa 077-690-51172 077-690-51172. New Era and Sunnah and Self-Esteem, your educative, empowerment and development program. Fridays on Naija 101.1 FM, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. For sponsorship, please contact us on 077-690-51172. 077-690-51172. You can send us an email, ss.esteem@gmail.com. We are on Facebook. Check us on Facebook, Sunnah and Self-Esteem. Ilali amami inshallah. Ilali amami inshallah. Àwa tá ń tẹ̀lé tí òjíṣẹ́ ńlá. Iwájú làwa ò máa lọ, a ò máa ní rẹ̀yìn o. Iwájú lèmi ò máa lọ, ò máa ní rẹ̀yìn o. Iwájú lẹ́yìn ò máa lẹ, ò máa ní rẹ̀yìn o. Subhanallah. 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 Wa bihamdihi subhanallah al-azim. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi subhanallah al-azim. Subhanallah. Subhanallah. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi subhanallah al-azim. Alhamdulillah. 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 Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Astaghfirullah Rabbal Baraya. Astaghfirullah minal khotoya. Astaghfirullah minal zunubi. Astaghfirullah minal uyubi. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. 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 Muhammadu Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa sallim. Name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Allah Ya Rahman, the everlasting God, the forever living God, the one and only God, the living, the loving God, who deserve our praise and worship every single moment. Allah Ya Rabbil Alameen, Jalla Jalaluhu. We seek refuge in you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from shaitan, their cost. We testify that our noble Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam is a messenger of Allah and the last prophet sent to mankind. We ask for multiple blessings upon our noble Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam,
his family, friends, and the Ummah. We ask for forgiveness, Ya Ghafur. Forgive our sins and have mercy on us. Bijahi ma sha'allahu la quwwata illa billah. Our beloved listeners, our brothers and sisters all over the world, whether you are listening on radio, Niger 101.1 FM, you are watching on Instagram, watching on YouTube, or you're watching on Facebook. My name is Nafeesa Ayeola Odofe, and I would like to officially welcome you on today's program. By the most and the blessed greeting of all, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah for another beautiful Friday. Alhamdulillah for Allah's blessing upon us. We give glory and adoration to the one and only God, our owner, the owner of our soul, the most loving God, Jalla Jalaluhu. How are you? It's another beautiful Friday. Walillahi alhamd. Not too hot today, and it's not cold at all. Everyone is enjoying the summer. Walillahi alhamd. May Allah increase His blessing upon us. Ameen. Last week, we spoke about the future of your child. Today, we'll be talking about relating with your child. We are talking about children, our children, your children, my children. We are celebrating them. This is a reminder to all parents, to all aunties, to all grandmas, to all sisters, and to all brothers, fathers, uncles, and grandfathers. 2 weeks ago, we did our Quran competition. That event is just purely to celebrate the youngsters, to celebrate your children, my children, our children, in the light of Islam. Every year, after each event, we try to bring topic, we're trying to bring discussion to encourage us, to remind us, to do those important things relating to our child. Relating to our children, in the end, we gain out of it. May Allah bless all our children. May Allah bless all our grandchildren. May Allah bless all our great-grandchildren. May Allah bless all our sisters. Amen. It's all about children, children, children. For now, may Allah make our children the apple of our eyes. Amen. May Allah guide them, protect them, and increase His blessing upon them. May Allah grant them wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Above all, may Allah increase their iman and put in their hearts His love, and also the love for us as parents, as grandparents, as sisters, as teachers, as a loving family. Amen. Every woman, every man, every mother, every father, grandfather, grandmother, I pray in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we shall enjoy the fruit of our labor. Amen. I have with me on today's program my beautiful sister, Sister MARIAM Sadiq. It's her first time on the program. Some of us would have come across her. My amazing, beautiful sister, who is a very known speaker, very professional at what she does. May Allah in His infinite mercy continue to guide us aright. If you know my sister very well, she is a facilitator. She's an assessor. She's a trainer and relationship coach. She also advocates for people living with fibromyalgia. Sorry if I don't pronounce that properly. I'm sure she will pronounce it when she's coming on the program. May Allah in His infinite mercy continue to guide every one of us aright. I'm so happy and delighted to have her on today's program. Walilahi alhamdu. And she will be educating us about relating with our children, with your children, your child or children. I'm a kibo buti tumbo anile. Yalaji babalaji shi aje wogba. Ashejere la ma she bijayi masha Allahu la quwwata illa billah. Akubi ojo ojo ti ri amako ojo meta. Ọjọ́ iléyá ń kanlẹ̀kùn kí Ọlọ́run aláǹjùlọ kó ṣọ́ wa di ju ìgbà náà lọ. Bí gbogbo a ṣe ń ronú lọ́tùn lósì, ẹni tó fẹ́ lọ sí ọdún iléyá ti ń palẹ̀ mọ́. Ẹni tó ń ronú pé òkè èmi ò lọ fọ́dún iléyá mi fẹ́ lọ fọ́lùdé ni ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n ti ṣí wàhálẹ̀ jẹ́ ń gbádùn ayé mi. Bẹ́ẹ̀ làwa kan wà tó jẹ́ wípé eléyìí tán ṣí wàhálẹ̀ yìí mo máa fa ṣége iṣẹ́. Gbogbo ohunkóhun tí tá bá decide láti ṣe, Ọlọ́run yóò fi àlùbáríkà sí. Bí ọdún iléyá náà ṣe ń bọ̀ tó ń kanlẹ̀kùn yóò bá wa láyé àti lálàáfíà ara. Gbogbo àwọn tọ́lọ́run bá kádàrá nílùú Nàìjíríà ibikíbi tí a bá wà, tí a bá fẹ́ lọ sí hajj, tó bá yẹ pé nílùú iná ní tọ́lọ́run bá kádàrá pa a máa lọ sí hajj, Ọlọ́run á gbà ní ìbáadà fún wa. Aṣọ́ wa lọ, aṣọ́ wa bọ̀, kò dẹ̀ ní jẹ́ ìkẹyìn. Gbogbo àwa tó jẹ́ wípé a ti ń pètípèrò láti lọ láti ọdún tó kọjá sẹ́yìn. Àwa tó jẹ́ wípé à ń gbìyànjú aṣáàfẹ́ lọ ṣá, àmásìkò náà ò tí ì tó. Wàláhì àníyàn yẹn ló kọ́kọ́ síwájú iṣẹ́. Ọlọ́run rí àníyàn gbogbo wa. Ọlọ́run wá fún wa ṣe ní ìrọ̀rùn. Gbogbo wa pátápátá tí a ti lọ sí hajj, Ọlọ́run á ṣe ní ìrọ̀rùn. Àti èmi gan fúnra mi. Àti gbogbo àwa tó kù tó jẹ́ pé wù wá láti lọ. Bóyá kò tí ì sí agbára, àbí àsìkò yẹn ò tí ì tó. Ọlọ́run á ṣe ní ìrọ̀rùn fún wa ju báwa gan ṣe lérò lọ. Wala kun fayakun. Lẹ́nìí kò gbóná jù kò tutù jù, àmọ́ orú mú díẹ̀díẹ̀. Tá bá ṣí ilẹ̀kùn, tá bá ṣí window, arípátẹ́gùn yẹn ń fẹ́, ó sì ń fẹ́. Bó ṣe ohun tó kọjú sí wa nílùú London kọ́ ló kọjú sí wọn nílùú Nàìjíríà. Gbogbo ohun tá à ń rí tí a fi ń rẹ́rìn-ín, tí ìdùnnú àtayọ̀ fi ń wà lọ́kàn wa kò ní di ìbànújẹ́. Gbogbo ìdílé àti àwọn èèyàn tí gbogbo jàǹbá tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́tùn lósì nílùú Nàìjíríà tó ń lọ káàkiri ìdílé kí ìdílé tí ó bá kàn, Ọlọ́run á rọ gbogbo wa lójú. Ọlọ́run kúkú wò wá nílùú Nàìjíríà. Àwa táwọn wà ń lo òyìnbó à ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Ó kàn ń yà mí lẹ́nu ni. Oríṣiríṣi èèyàn ló ń ṣòwò lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yìí. Náírà àbí pounds to náírà. Níbo lowó ọ̀hún ti wá ń wà? Ẹ jẹ́ a ṣe dáadáa ká rántí ọ̀la. Ẹ jẹ́ a rántí àwọn ọmọ tí a máa bí. Ẹ jẹ́ a rántí àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀gbọ́n, ọmọ àbúrò, ọmọ ọ̀rẹ́. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe dáadáa torí Ọlọ́run bá ń wò wá. Ètò wa lénìí lórí àwọn ọmọ tí a bí, ọmọ àlùbáríkà tí Ọlọ́run aláàánú jùlọ tó fi kẹ́ wa ni. Ẹ rí i pé láti ìgbà tá a ti ṣe competition, à ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa àwọn ọmọ. Lọ́sẹ̀ tó kọjá, a sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ọjọ́ ọ̀la àwọn ọmọ wa. Báwo la ṣe lè ṣe? Ìrántí lásán ló jẹ́ fún gbogbo wa pátápátá nítorí onígbàgbé ni wá. Ní èní, a tún máa bára wa sọ̀rọ̀ lórí bí àjọṣepọ̀ tó wà láàárín àwa àti àwọn ọmọ tí a bí. Kọ́lọ́run aláàánú jùlọ, gbogbo bímọ, Ọlọ́run jẹ́ a jèrè ọmọ. A ní fojú sunkún àwọn ọmọ tá a bí, wọn ò ní ṣe tiwọn lọ́tọ̀. Àsìkò tí ẹ bá máa jẹun ọmọ, a ní fòṣánlẹ̀ kú, a ní mọ sàárì àwọn ọmọ yìí. Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ fi ìfẹ́ àti àánú ẹ̀ sí wọn lọ́kàn. Èyí tó bá jẹ́ obìnrin, ibùjókòó ayọ̀ náà yóò pèsè fún wọn. Èyí tó bá jẹ́ ọkùnrin, ìyàwó alálùbáríkà Ọlọ́run á pèsè fún wọn. Ibì kan láti máa ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti máa prepare àwọn ọmọ yìí. Relating with your child. A fẹ́ sọ nípa ẹ̀tọ́ ọmọ àti ìsọ̀yìn, àmọ́ yẹn kọ́ la fẹ́ sọ lénìí. Ṣé ẹ mọ̀ wípé àjọṣepọ̀ tó wà láàárín òbí àti ọmọ ó ṣe pàtàkì gan? Ó máa ń dẹ̀ ń define ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìgbà irú ọmọ tí ọmọ yẹn máa jẹ́ ní àwùjọ ni àbí tí òun fúnra rẹ̀ bá di èèyàn ara títí ẹ̀. Sísítà wa àkọ́kọ́ nìyí tí wọ́n máa wá sórí ètò Sister MARIAM Sadiq. Wọ́n máa bá wa sọ̀rọ̀, wọ́n máa fún wa ní àwọn key points kan tó jẹ́ wípé a mọ̀. Àmọ́ ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìgbà a máa ń sábà gbàgbé àbí torí ìtara àbí situation máa ń warrant nígbà míì. Ìyẹn a fẹ́ bára wa sọ lénìí. A typical African parents are very strict. In fact, so many would like to live the life of their children. They tell them what exactly and how exactly they want them to live their life. Is this right? Is this wrong? Does it have any effect on your children? Your reaction to your child, whether you're in good mood or you're in bad mood, does that define the kind of children or child you raise? Typical African mom, African dad are very strict. Most of the time, not in a bad way. On the other hand, the English people, they treat children in a completely different way. Does it mean it doesn't work? Does it mean there's no sense in what they do? Your child takes a lot from you. How you treat them can shape who they are in future. No nonsense mommy, no nonsense daddy. Typical African woman. Àwọn ọmọ tá a bí àjọṣepọ̀ wa. Àwọn máa ń fẹ́ fi ọmọ ọwọ́ líle mú ọmọ. Àwọn òyìnbó á fi ọwọ́ tútù mú ọmọ. Ṣáma lóyìnbó ò mọ ọmọ tọ́ ni. Má fi àsìkò yìí introduce ìpínlẹ̀ àwa. Ìyá àlùbáríkà. Ọlọ́run yóò bá mi nífẹ̀ẹ́ yín jù báyìí lọ. Ọlọ́run lè bá mi ṣe oore ìdùnnú fún mi ní gbogbo ọ̀nà. Gbogbo àwọn ọmọ tí ẹ fi sílẹ̀ tí ẹ wá jókòó torí mo ti ń wá yín lórí program yóò ti ọ̀nà ti nà díẹ̀. Àmọ́ náà lásìkò tó. Ẹ jèrè gbogbo àwọn ọmọ yín èmi náà jẹ tèmi. Màá jèrè àwọn tèmi náà. Gbogbo etí tó wú àwọn etí tó kù pátápátá á jèrè àwọn ọmọ tiwa náà. Ó wá ní tí ò dẹ̀ tí bí ọdún jùlọ. Á pèsè ọmọ ìdùnnú fún wa. Ẹni tí ó ń wá ọkọ, tí ó ń wá ọmọ, tó ń wá aya, Ọlọ́run á pèsè aya àlùbáríkà àti ọkọ àlùbáríkà fún wa. Àwa ti mọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ bí ọ̀rà ní mọ̀sárì wọn. Wala hawla wala quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. Amin. Sister wa, a máa kí yín lẹ́ǹkan sí.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Tó, mo ti rí request yín lórí Instagram. Mo ti try láti accept it. Ọlọ́run á jẹ́ kí ó ṣiṣẹ́. Àmọ́ ó máa ń wá pẹ́pọ̀ láti ọ̀dọ̀ yín lọ́hùn.
Bẹ́ẹ̀.
Kò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ọ̀dọ̀ mi. Àti ọ̀dọ̀ yín ni.
Okay. 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 Ẹ fún mi ní 1 minute.
Gbogbo àwa tí à ń wo ètò tí àwọn àlejò wa fẹ́ bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́nu. Kí gbogbo fídíò yìí kí ó lè wúlò. Tí a bá ṣe nǹkan tí ó dáa, ó lóore nínú fáwa náà. Àwọn olùkọ́ wa ti rẹ́dì. Ẹ jẹ́ kí èmi náà cross lẹ́bí. Kí wọ́n kọ́ nǹkan lénìí. Ọlọ́run ò ní fi wá lẹ̀. Bismillah, ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Ẹ ṣé gan, mo kí gbogbo àwọn elétò. Mo dẹ̀ kí àwọn tó ń wò wá, ojú tó fi ń wò wá kò ní fọ́. Etí tó dẹ̀ fi ń gbọ́ wa náà kò ní di. Ẹ ṣé gan, thank you for the opportunity. Mo mọ̀ pé ẹ ti ń lé mi tipẹ́, but àwa náà rí. Ọlọ́run ọba lọ́jọ́ wa ṣàwátì. Alhamdulillah. I'm a lover of children. I'm a lover of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Torí mo kọ́ Ọlọ́run nífẹ̀ẹ́ mi náà. So I'm really happy to talk about this topic. It's something I relate with so much because At the start of my professional line, I started lecturing, but I was teaching adults. But it wasn't that easy because we always have adults that behave like kids. And at some point, your seek support no. So when I had opportunity to start teaching children in NASFAT, they gave me that platform. I was scared because mo wò pé èmi náà bí àwọn ọmọ tèmi, àmọ́ bá ṣe manage ara wa nínú ilé, but these are other kids. So one of the big questions is what we are treating today. How do I relate with them? So the first thing I did was to have a good relationship with these children. Mo fi síwájú Ọlọ́run pé Ọlọ́run, in as much as is a big task for me, because mi ní parọ́ fún yín, ṣe rí àwọn teacher wa tó ń kọ́ àwọn ọmọ ní school, iṣẹ́ ló ń ṣe. I always appreciate them because when the way tọ́n ṣe máa relate pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ yẹn, ẹ máa rí wípé sometimes we find it very difficult to relate with the children at home, even though kó jẹ́ ọmọ bíbí inú wa. So the fact pé mo jẹ́ teacher, mo jẹ́ lecturer fúnra mi, sometimes I find it very difficult to relate with the children. I quickly run to their teachers and say, this is what I observe. How do I deal with it? Wọ́n á dẹ̀ sọ one or two things. Ilé tó bá ṣiṣẹ́ ń bẹ̀ máa mú lò. Kò ń ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n bá put forward náà ni ó máa ń work fún yàn. So one thing I say to new parents is there's no manual téèyàn fi ń tọ́mọ. Oore Ọlọ́run ni wọ́n, àmọ́ náà lọ́lọ́run fi àwọn ọmọ wa ṣe fún wa. It's now left for us láti wò pé kí ni nǹkan tí Ọlọ́run fẹ́ ká ṣe pẹ̀lú oore tó ṣe fún wa yìí. You know, ẹ mọ̀ pé téèyàn bá ṣẹ̀ bímọ, people will come, ẹ ṣe báyìí, ẹ má ṣe báyìí, ẹ ṣe báyìí. But sincerely, a lot of people have followed some people's advice and they end up making mistakes. They end up doing things the wrong way because there's no manual for it. So nǹkan tó bá work fún mi, kò mí kó máa work fún lágbájá or tàmẹ̀dù. Torí ẹ̀, I always tell people, ẹ má wo aago aláago ṣiṣẹ́ tó bá jẹ́ ti ọ̀rọ̀ ọlọ́mọ títọ́. So àwọn ọmọ yìí, even in the Quran and Hadith, it is stated there how to relate with these children because àánú lọ́lọ́run wọ́n fi ta wá lọ́rẹ fún. And in no circumstance should we throw that out. Talent Ọlọ́run ṣoore fún tó wá mú oore yẹn tó ṣe báṣubàṣu. Of course, he's not done. So I don't know how mo wo fídíò kan lánàá tí wọ́n fẹ́ fọnu fọ́mọ, ó ti nà ọmọ yẹn, ìfà mò ń sunkún báyìí ni. Because nǹkan tèmi máa ń rántí ni wípé there are people out there that even want to be, you know, they want to have one. Tọ́mọ máa wò lójú, tọ́mọ ti pa má ṣe báyìí, ṣe báyìí, ṣe báyìí, ṣe báyìí. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. So kí ni nǹkan tí a fẹ́ bára wa sọ lénìí? We are talking to ourselves on things we already know. Because there are things that are very, very, they're applicable, they apply to us. It happens every day. Sometimes I'm seated at the bus stop and I'm listening to another child or sometimes I learn, sometimes I feel sorry. So the truth of the matter is, how do we relate with these children? First thing is for us as Muslim, I'm a Muslim, alhamdulillah for that. First thing is for us to understand what are the principles of Islamic parenting. Kí ni ìlànà tí Ọlọ́run gbé kalẹ̀ fún wa láti lè fi relate pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ yìí. Number one, we have to recognize that oore Ọlọ́run làwọn ọmọ yìí. So a ní láti kẹ́ wọn. Because bí wọ́n ṣe ẹ̀tọ́ fún òbí wípé kọ́mọ respect òbí, bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni wọ́n ṣe right fún ọmọ wípé kí òbí kó respect ọmọ. A lot of parents, African parents most especially, we overlook that right. For instance, the kankan ṣẹlẹ̀ recently pẹ̀lú ọmọ mi, I accused him wrongly, and immediately that day sọ fún mi pé àwọn ni o. I saw the expression on his face. Immediately, I thought you were the one that did it. But how many parents actually apologize if they eventually find out that nǹkan tí mo ṣe yìí ó kù díẹ̀ káàtó? Because àwọn ọmọ yìí bí a ṣe ń treat àgbàlagbà gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹlẹ́ran ara náà la ṣe máa treat àwọn náà gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹlẹ́ran ara. Though they are still growing and àwa lọ́lọ́run fi ṣàtọ́nà fún wọn láti lè guide wọn. But the truth is, we still have to respect them. You respect their opinion, you respect their space, respect the fact that they are your gift. At any point in time, we are, as parents, we are not allowed to overlook any Alhamdulillah, subhanallah, so beautiful. Well done, son. Well done, daughter. All these things away from us. And Tama will be Shakole, Quran at Hadith. There are stages relate pẹ̀lú. For instance, àwọn ọmọ tó wà between 0 to 7. Tashima relate pẹ̀lú wọn yàtọ̀ sí Tashima relate pẹ̀lú ọmọ 7 to 14, 14 to 21. Ọmọ 0 to 7. All of them, all age group, you have to be patient. You have to have good listening skills. You have to respect them. And you have to create that time for them. A lot of African parents bring their frustration on their children. Èmi tí mo ti lọ bíṣẹ́ látàárọ̀. Jọjọ má bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ má gbẹ́jọ́ ẹ wá. Subhanallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us as parents, because this is something that is being treated as a kokekere, but it's a serious matter. Because a lot of parents are coming from work, they're coming from outside, they end up pouring all their frustration on their children. And they don't deserve such. All they wanted, my mom will tell you, I'm retired, I don't need your money, I just want TLC. These children too, they want TLC, tender loving care. In as much as it's our responsibility to look after them, to spend that. In fact, I'm not because we have to look after them. So you need to look after, you need to take care of it. And you need to be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that so that you enjoy it to the fullest. That is why when I pray, I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant me patience in all areas of my life. And that includes related to children. You have to be extremely patient. If you're not patient, then a lot of things will go wrong. And it is written in the Quran, the best gift is only for good manners. If you train your child in the best way, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stated it down, you let them understand what the importance of good manners. And these children will reciprocate. They will have respect for you. They will have fear of Allah, and they will fear you as a parent. That my mom will be upset. Daddy will not be happy if I take this step. I remember one time a few weeks ago where I was told my son did something. And when I got to the school, I called the teacher. I said, I spoke to my son and he said he was provoked. But he couldn't even tell me. So they brought out the letter in school. So I read the letter. Subhanallah. When I read it, I was like, I looked at my son and I said, did you actually say this? He said, Mom, I won't lie to you, to be honest. The boy provoked me. And this is not just that day. He's been doing it since we go into this year. And I started crying. The teacher was there, the head teacher. And in fact, they were asking me, did they say something that upset me? And I said, I'm not crying because you guys are here. I'm crying because I'm hurt in my house. Even till I grew up, I don't have the opportunity of growing up with my parents together, but alhamdulillah, they were both there for me. And I respect them. I love them dearly. Ojoojúmọ́ dẹ̀ mò ń ṣàdúrà fún wọn, ẹ̀mí gígùn àlàáfíà k'Ọlọ́run kó ṣe fún wọn. And I'm sure wherever they are, if they remember me, they pray for me because probably when I was younger, I was troublesome, but growing up as an adult and I'm thousands of miles away from them, they have rest of mind. And I pray for the same thing for my children, for all our children. Even though they are far and near, k'Ọlọ́run kó fi wá lọ́kàn balẹ̀ lórí wọn. Because if you don't start early, it might be too late for you to have that parent-child relationship.
Yeah.
And the first basic thing is be patient and respect them. Then we should have good listening skills. We should create time for them. Today, I call children of nowadays technology babies. Because even my 2-year-old will shout, my phone, my phone, my phone. And I'll be like, Egbami, 2-year-old. Before we started using phone, well, it was our own time. But in my house, one thing we do is we create that time of technology use where we do board games, we talk, we have that proper family time where they know that, yes, okay, TV off, no phone, and we have a conversation. And another thing I ensured is my kids' friends. They are also my friend. Make them your friend so that they will be comfortable to discuss anything with you. They will be free to relate anything with you. They will have that confidence and assurance that if I discuss this with mommy, mommy, get out, bye, she bye, and I'll be like, subhanallah. I was with a friend of mine, and immediately the children came back from school. Was like, Emma Sheba, Emma Sheba, Emma Sheba. I was like, calm down. Báwọn ọmọ yìí ṣe máa ń ṣe nìyẹn, wọn ò ní fìyàn lọ́kàn balẹ̀. I said, ìwọ gan fi rẹ̀ lọ́kàn balẹ̀. Even the children, I think they already got used to their mom. Their dad won't say anything, he would just be smiling. So what I want to bring out from this story is, ọwọ́ kan kọ́ ló ń tọ́ ọmọ. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. If both parents are together, ensure that you work together. Like my second son will come to me, Mom, I want ice cream. I'll say no. We'll go to daddy. Okay, go to daddy. You will go to daddy, and daddy will be like, what did your mom say? Oh, mom said no. Then why did you come to me? Working there has to be compromise. The parents has to work together. And please, I'm using this opportunity to plead with our daddies. Emma Dadawa. Some of us present ourselves as Jackie Chan, but we are not. So please, let's work together to relate with these children. Let us give them that opportunity to let us into their way of life, so that àníwà worried pé àwọn ti wọ university kí lọmọ mi ṣe báyìí o, kí lọmọ mi ò bá máa ṣe ń bo ló máa wà. So when you give them, like in ọ̀dọ̀ mi sin tá bá fẹ́ ṣe timetable, when we want to create timetable for the family, I let my kids be involved in the timetable. So the moment they are involved, once we draw the timetable, I don't have to remind them to say, go and read your Quran, go and do this, go and do that, because they are involved in creating that timetable. So they know what is next, what we have to do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Once in a while, we have to remind them. Then another thing I always say to parents is, once in a while, let these children get away with some things, not things that will put them into trouble. Don't get me wrong. Let them feel valued. Let them feel like, mommy is allowing me to watch TV on a Thursday. Okay. But you let them understand that once in a while, we do stuff to cool off. So allow them to be part of the decision makers in the house. Allow them to put everything on the table. let them be involved. Let them be involved in the discussion. They might arrive at the decision-making stage, so that they will feel valued. That I got him also, mommy they be daddy be okay, is about us, not me. So give these children opportunity to be involved. Let them listen to them, create a conversation, give them that time. Don't always push them away. One thing I always say is, if you don't teach them this thing, they will go and learn it outside and probably in the wrong way. Give
Yeah.
them opportunity to relate with you, to liaise with you, to have an agreement with you. Because eh, at the end of the day, we tell them no, 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 no. How okay? Tí máa bọ́ ta mo máa mọ nǹkan tí máa ṣe. Ìwọ ló mọ̀. Tó bá ti dilemma, I'm in my school. I can tell my friends anything. I can discuss anything with them. I remember when they wanted to make sex education in UK as a subject. Initially, they were treating it in between another subject. Then they wanted to. Then there was chaos. They're going to teach our children this one, this one. Though there are some things I have reservations about. But the thing is, have we actually looked into what they want to teach them? Our as parents, ló yẹ ká kọ́ àwọn ọmọ yìí ní kinní. So
Yeah.
if we're not doing it, we have somebody that wants to help us to do it. Why are we angry? That's my own point of view. And the school already sent a letter that you have opportunity to come and see it. And we explain to you because I'm a teacher, I've had the opportunity to see this thing and I don't have any concern. Because some things, because of our culture, we find it very difficult to teach our children. So, but the first school of learning, so alhamdulillah for that. So let's give these children an opportunity to do things their way once in a while, but we still guide them so that they won't be misled. Idina Sirat Ali Mustaqim. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be with our children and let them not go astray.
Amen.
So we are and in a case of a single parent, I'll come to that. In the case of a single parent, trust me, everything that happens to one in life, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is aware. There are different situations that land someone being a single parent. Don't ever look down on yourself and say, Emi nìkan ni, ọwọ́ kan, oh, this one, I'm doing it alone. This one. Don't bring your frustration on the children. You hear some single parents saying, babe, kini kan, please, just show them love. Have a conversation, relate with them, listen to them. Have a mommy or daddy child time so that they will feel assured that my parent is always there for me. So I won't go out there and embarrass them. I won't go out there and do something that will I always say to my kids, if you do something that will make me unhappy, I will cry. I'll be sad. Oh, mommy, obviously I don't want to see you cry. So I won't do that. And I always, another important thing is pray. Every time you pray, and if possible, at the end of every salah, pray for your children. I know some of us, we love our husband so much that some of us, we even wake up at midnight, we'll pray. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, bless my husband before you bless me. Do you remember your children? Please mention their name one at a time. Tell Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to put barakah on them, to bless them, to protect them, to increase them in knowledge, both in their Quran and academics. Pray for them so that they will still be guided in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You do your own as a parent, then you also put it forward to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to do the rest for you. And I pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will guide us as parents. It's not easy, trust me. Even me that is talking, I'm still seeking support. And when we find ourselves struggling to relating with these children, I'm begging you, seek for support. You don't have to tell their teachers what it is. Just stylishly ask them that if this is the situation, how do I deal with it? Because they know. You see, I don't know if you've observed, these children, they want to make their teachers happy. They don't want to do something that will make the teacher to look at her. What's wrong with you? If anything happened in my house, my son, I'm going to tell my teacher. I say, hey, Egbami, do you have to tell your teacher everything? Oh, she will be happy to hear about it. Okay. But sometimes you have to vet what they tell their teacher because some things are not necessary. So when you have a close relationship with your children, you talk to them, you will know what they say outside, what they don't say, and they will continue. You continue to imbibe in them the fear of Allah, and they will also fear you. When I pray for them, I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you should let them have the fear of Allah and fear their parents because it's very, very important. Then another thing is encourage your children to create, you know, stuff that will create that family time. You know, you don't sometimes you let them, oh, what are we doing this weekend? Oh, mom, let's go to O2. Let's go for a walk. Okay, that's fine. Even going for a walk is part of relating with your children. You have a time to have a conversation with them. Then you let the family be active. After COVID, that they release us more, I saw some kids, not even the kids, the whole family. I'm like, subhanallah. My eldest son is 10. During COVID, is the one that encouraged me to go out, not minding my how I feel. Mom, let's go. Rainy season, snow, summer, mom, let's go. Then after some time, we started keeping diaries. I have pictures during the snow, when it's raining, and we are all fit, you know. We do exercise in the house. And even my 2-year-old grew up to this stage from baby, seeing everybody moving, squat, stand up. All these things give you opportunity to relate well with your children. It brings about bonding of the family. Then another thing is learn to pray together. This is one thing I see missing in most family. Pray together. After each salat, you can choose morning or evening, discuss a topic that they will learn from. What is the Quran telling us? What does the Quran want us to know as Muslims? It bonds the family together. Sometimes after Salat, we just reduce the volume of the TV, we talk, converse, it will lead to another conversation and another time. Then we resolve some issue. Oh, mom, you looked at me somehow. While I was praying, step on my feet. No, we talk about it, we resolve, we laugh. All those moments are very, very important. One thing I say to my friends, sometimes I go to some family and you see gadgets, you see computer, you see tablet, you see this, you see that. I say to them, I say, hey, me, it's not that I can't afford it, but I don't overdo it with kids because when you overdo things with them, they will misuse that opportunity. Trust me. One large thing I learned from my parents is in the midst of plenty, learn to manage. So when my kids come to me and said, but we have this thing in the house, and I say, yes, it's not just available today. Okay, what about tomorrow, mom? Okay, I will think about it. That's the end of it. No fight, no screaming. Sometimes we scream at ourselves. Oh, don't let me paint it white for you here. But it always leads to a conversation where we dialogue, we reach compromise, then we agree. Sometimes we end up arguing ourselves. Sometimes we leave it at it as it is, and we there's always room for dialoguing and compromise because I treat my kids as adults because I would be like, if you cannot discuss that with me. Sometimes I was telling someone yesterday, I said, as close as I am to my kids, I spend so much time with them. They still prefer daddy to go to bed with them and say, daddy, come to bed though, we want to do family meeting. And the husband will come out and say, what do you mean? I can't tell you. I've promised them. I say, no problem. As long as it doesn't reduce my own uobe, he will laugh, including the small madam too. So you can see the bonding. Then when daddy is not there, they come, mom. The other day, my son said I'm the best cooker. Hey, Egbami, cooker. Just because he enjoyed my food, all of a sudden I became cooker. But they are compliments. The same way you compliment these children. Well done. You've done well today. Appreciate them. Let them see reason in doing things well. And when they don't do it well, encourage them that, you know what, this is good, but when you keep practicing, you will get it right. So Someone said to me a few weeks ago that she has a daughter who doesn't communicate with her, and she's the second child. And I said, do you create that time to communicate with her? And she said, well, if she doesn't want to talk, I've tried everything. I said, what do you mean by everything? She stated some things, and I said, well, have you tried, sweetie, can we go out for a walk? Who has time for that? Me that will go to work Monday to Friday. Which work? And I said to I said to her, I said, okay, try that and let me know how it goes. She actually had a walk. She was off work yesterday. She actually had a walk with her in the evening. And she called me today and said, Amasoro, we had proper conversation. I said, okay, we'll continue with that. Then we look at other things that will work for us. So you can see every child has their own style. So you have to adapt into the child's learning style to see how can I go into this child's way of life, to relate, to have a proper relationship, child parent relationship, so that things will work. When the child is hostile, you are hostile. Subhanallah. Result now, because a lot of parents do that. Want to try everything. Oh, then feel like Jerry. There are some kids that needs extra support outside their house. If you identify that, speak to the appropriate people. There's a lot of people, it doesn't have to be a social worker. Some people say, social worker. No, it doesn't have to be a social worker. Like I said, tí n bá rí nǹkan tó rú mi lójú tí mo mọ̀ pé àwọn teacher, mo lè béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn teacher àwọn ọmọ mi. How do you resolve this? They will tell me, they will give me ideas. Sometimes I go on internet, I will type it on Google. When a child is withdrawn, how do I deal with it? I get different information. I get different information that works for me. Some doesn't work. So one thing I want parents to understand is that it's not everything that works. Tọkọ sílẹ̀ or téèyàn kan sọ. Ilé ìta ń sọ ìgò ilé tó bá máa wúlò fún yàn lèèyàn máa mú bẹ̀. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us as parents. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make our children listen to us, fear Allah, and do things the right way. May they never go astray. It's not, don't get me wrong. Once in a while, it is allowed as parents to, scatter ground and say, no. You have to be firm. You have to stand your ground. But don't be too cold. Don't be too tight. Sometimes I prank my son when he's washing in the plate. I'll just go and off the light. Immediately he will smile. He knows it's me. We are having that moment. Sometimes we are going home after school. How was school today? What did you do? Oh, really? Oh, okay. We talk that 20-25 minutes drive. We talk, we have, conversation. I think the most important thing is have a good listening skills. The communication has to be effective and efficient with your child. Very, very important, because communication is relatable in any relationship. Any relationship. So as parents, where do we stand? You have to identify that every child have a right, and that right, and every parent have an obligation and responsibility on their children. But the right of the child, do we hold it high as African parents? Looking at the statistics out there and looking at around us is a no-no. So please, parents, respect your child. Respect our children. They are human beings. We have to treat them right. Don't let us bring our frustration on them. Don't let us see them as an obstacle. Some parents will say, mistake leleyi. No child is a mistake. Kò sí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sẹ́dá tọ́lọ́run ò bá mọ̀ sí. Kò sí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sẹ́dá tọ́lọ́run ò bá mọ̀ sí. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it possible for that child to be yours. So why treat it anyhow? And please don't mistake what I said with pampering. Some parents, especially àwọn tọ́lọ́run jogún ọmọ kan fún, ọmọ kan bí 1 million ni, they over pamper. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká over pamper àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀. Let them see things as they are growing up. The earlier they learn, the better it is. I learned from a very young age. I said to my son, I started cooking at the age of 7. ọjọ́ tí n bá sè é kó mi pọ̀ kó má jìnnà mọ́mísí mi máa ní bá ṣe máa jẹ́ nìyẹn till I know how to do it well. So I've started the same thing with my kids. I teach them how to cook, how to do this, how to do house chores. So Ọlọ́run ọba lọ́jọ́ èèyàn á kọ́ wa mọ̀ ṣe. When we talk about relating with children, we will not finish it. Trust me. There's a lot involved. But like I said, there's no written manual. There's no written manual how we relate with our child. But you have to adapt into the child's way of life, growing up in our eyes. Ademama be Ọlọ́run kọ́lọ́run ọba lọ́jọ́ èèyàn kó kọ́ wa mọ̀ ṣe.
Amen.
Àní ṣi ẹsẹ̀ gbé lórí àwọn ọmọ wa bá ṣe máa tọ́ wọn sọ́nà. Àní ṣìṣe lórí àwọn ọmọ wa. Ọlọ́run ọba lọ́jọ́ èní kò ní jẹ́ kí a jẹ̀bi lórí àwọn ọmọ wa. Àdẹ̀ní ta wọn ṣe lọ́run. I know sometimes we could be tired, we could be frustrated, and we end up, we end up doing things the wrong way. But trust me, we just have to. I always say to my friends, you people have to be calming down. Be calming down. Sometimes I say it to myself. I'll say, Madam, be calming down. Àwọn ọmọ yìí, by the time you ọ̀rọ̀ lẹyẹ ń gbọ́, like my grandmother used to say, àwọn ọmọ ọ̀sìn ọ̀rọ̀ wọn ò gbẹgbá, like they used to do for us in those days. Ọ̀rọ̀ wọn ò gbẹgbá, ọ̀rọ̀ lẹyẹ ń gbọ́. If my 2-year-old can say, okay, mommy, and correct herself, I believe a 10-year-old, a 15-year-old, kó tiẹ̀ tó dé stage yẹn, Ọlọ́run á ti fún wa ṣe lórí wọn. They will know the difference between the right and wrong. So that even when we are not there, they will have the fear of allowing them and do what is right. May Allah guide and direct us as parents. And not be found wanting tó máa ń ṣe nǹkan re, because a lè ṣe tó bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn lórí àwọn ọmọ. Káwá tún máa wò pé ọmọ náà ọmọ tó ti lọ látàárọ̀, ọmọ tó ti ṣe kinní kan. So alhamdulillah, Ọlọ́run á ṣe rọrùn fún wa. Ọlọ́run á ṣe rọrùn fún wa. Á dẹ̀ jẹ́ kán lágbọ̀ọ́yé ẹ̀sìn. Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ bá wa tọ́ wọn sọ́nà.
Àmín ya Allah.
Izati amoyasifun. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah reward you abundantly for that beautiful and very short speech.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Our children, our future. Your child, your future. It's amazing how 99% of parents, if not 100%, run around, sweat every day, go helter-skelter because of their child.
Subhanallah.
I've heard about children turning against their parents after a while. Then parents will think, where did I go wrong upon everything I've done for this child? Know your child. If you have 3 children, they'll behave differently. There are 3 individuals, complete individuals. One will be so loving, caring. One might have a nonchalant attitude. The other might just be there. He doesn't care whether you're there, whether you're not there, he doesn't care. These 3 children, these 3 individuals you've labored for. And it's natural for parents who think, oh, this is not fair. What have I done wrong? Little mistakes from parents can shape the life of your child.
Definitely.
Know your child. Respect them. Love them. A lot of African parents, we don't understand or the gravity of respecting our children. Respecting them in so many ways, respecting their wishes. That's a big one. Respecting their privacy, respecting their everyday activities. Honestly, I'm a mom. I've got all boys.
Alhamdulillah.
Different from someone who has a girl or have both genders. Different age come with different attitudes.
Definitely.
May Allah bless us and bless our children.
Amen.
I'd like to recognize all of us watching on Instagram, watching on Facebook, YouTube, and listening on radio. The little I can see on Instagram, the ones I can see.
My sister is there.
Kogi _ I'm trying. Kogi _ blessed. Hajia _ Medina, thank you for joining us. Bass.Nas, thank you for joining us every time. Noble Foundation, thank you for joining us, Auntie. I think some parents get confused when you tell them to respect their children. Thank you for that, Auntie. Titi Lola Disu, thank you for joining us,
My
ma'am.
friend.
Thank you for joining us. And I'm trying to bring up more names on Instagram if I can. Adeyimika Kazim Adekunle, thank you for joining us, sir. Olowo Sokedile, thank you for joining us. Fast_Fashion House, thank you for joining us on Instagram. I think I'll leave it for now. I can see more than that. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to just overlook you. My darling sister Olabisi Shadare. Ẹ kú fẹ́ o. Wàláhì gbogbo rẹ̀ ìdùnnú yín pátápátá ẹ̀ ní sunkún lórí wọn àti gbogbo wa náà. Sister Shola, brother Shola Olunloyo, thank you for joining us again, sir. Ọlọ́run mi dùn yín nínú. Ahaja Fausat Babalola, thanks for joining us again, Auntie. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the prayers. May Allah in His infinity mercy continue to bless you abundantly. Amen.
Amen.
My beautiful sister Omotoke Miriam Shoderusaka, how are you today, Majima Mubarak? How mommy call? You do not Ayeola. I feel in she bugbe. Ati emi na ati gbogbo apatapata wala kun fayakun. Brother Moji Uthman, thank you for joining us on YouTube. And brother Saeed Sadiq, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you for joining us on YouTube. I got your question. I'm going to come to you soon. Sister Tayo Alade, thank you for joining us, ma. Àwọn ọmọ ń kọ́ gbogbo Nottingham ń kọ́ máa o. Ọlọ́run á jẹ́ kí ìdùnnú àtayọ̀ ẹ̀ kó wà pẹ̀lú wa títí láéláé. Àmín. Àti gbogbo àwọn tí mi ò láǹfààní láti dárúkọ, mo kí gbogbo wa pátápátá. Ẹ ṣé tí ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lénìí. Ẹ jẹ́ bá wa share fídíò yìí so other people would enjoy from the little we've said on this program. Ìgbà míì bí a bá sọ̀rọ̀ láti àárọ̀ títí di alẹ́, kò yí nǹkan kan padà.
Yeah.
But the little things tá à ń sọ, gbogbo ohun tá a sọ lénìí, wàláhì kò séyìí tí a ti gbọ́ rí.
Definitely.
Àmọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí Alhaja Naima ṣe sọ, wọ́n ní some parents get confused when you tell them to respect their children. It's true.
Definitely.
Gbogbo òbí ló fẹ́ kí ọmọ bọ̀wọ̀ fóun, àṣẹ Ọlọ́run ni.
Allah.
Àmọ́ àṣẹ Ọlọ́run náà ni kí òbí bọ̀wọ̀ fọ́mọ. Àṣẹ Ọlọ́run náà ni. Nítorí àwọn ọmọ tí a bí yìí, èèyàn ni wọ́n. Ohun tí a bá dẹ̀ kọ́ wọn, àwa la bí wọn o, a lè pàṣẹ fún wọn o. Àmọ́ ohun tá a bá kọ́ wọn, tán bá bá lọ́wọ́ wa, làwọn náà máa tún ṣe fún ọmọ tán bá bí. Generation yìí máa wá máa lọ. Ó máa ń yà mí lẹ́nu gan wípé àwọn ọkùnrin pàápàá ní ìgbà tí wọ́n bá nígbà tí wọ́n wà kékeré bóyá bàbá tó bí wọn one way or the other wọ́n máa ń maltreat ìyá wọn. Wọ́n máa gbè lẹ́yìn ìyá yẹn pé tí má dàgbà I'll be a better man blah blah blah. Àmọ́ most of the time nǹkan tí bàbá wọn ṣe fún ìyá wọn yẹn they do the same to their wives. You now think, why? How come? This is why every parent should and must respect their
child. Very important.
You are what your children will be in future. As a role model, there's a lot the children will take from you. I love to respect children a lot. I love to be around them and I love to respect them. But I can be very strict. I know when to be very firm with a child. You don't necessarily have to be my child. I'll love and respect you. When you're being naughty, I'll tell you. I will look you straight into the eye and tell you to stop. I'll look you straight into the eye and tell you, say sorry. I'll look you straight in the eyes and tell you, say thank you. You know, that was how my father was. Me, that is me. And if anyone is like that to my child, me only read meaning, see. Some parents won't give a compound one more week or my own week. Be by way of Totonio. Timoba lost no, they be keep it Timoba law. Timoba joko sorry aga. But I'm more did for any reason or the other. More did. Simba ba modelori joko mi only ever lie so for my codide. What's your jet pay joko mini? I'm more polok wa Yoruba a man ṣe gan. Lóòótọ́ ọmọ yẹn kọ́ ló ní ìjókòó. Àmọ́ nítorí ọ̀wọ̀ kékeré tí a fún ọmọ yẹn ó ti jókòó síbẹ̀. Tó bá jẹ́ pé àgbàlagbà méjì ni, ó wà understandable díẹ̀. Èmi ò rí nǹkan tó bàdé ńbẹ̀ kí n fi àyè yẹn lẹ̀ fún ọmọ. Ìyẹn tún wá ṣe. Ẹlòmíì àgbàlagbà mi á rí ọmọdé tó jókòó. Torí pé òun ò ráyè, á pàṣẹ fún ọmọ yẹn kó dìde kó òun jókòó. Ọ̀nà tí a lè sọ wà, oh darling, will you be nice to me? Can you sit on my lap, please? Oh, my leg aches. Do you mind if I share your seat with you, please? Can I please have your seat? These are polite ways they teach the children to relate in school.
Yeah.
Why is it different from the way we relate with our children? In schools, they have got a lot of discipline. They don't scream, they don't shout, they don't raise their voice. But here, I'm a pariwo ni. Ọmọ tí a lù láti kékeré títí ń ta ní ó má ṣe náà ló ṣì ń ṣe. Have we actually take a moment to sit down and think about what we are doing wrong? Or what we are not doing correctly?
Hello.
A lè máa pariwo máa wà máa ṣùgbọ́n máa tó stage kan tó jẹ́ pé you know what? Ohun tá a bá tiẹ̀ sọ gan. Àti ẹ̀ kòkò mátà mọ̀. I heard this video. A friend of mine played me an audio. A child, I think she's 13 with a father. They were having a conversation and they started exchanging words. The girl was very rude, quite all right. But the manner which the father was actually relating with the child was not right either. So we don't want to put ourselves in a situation whereby our children will be exchanging words from us. We should know when to stop. We should also know when to talk. We should know when to relate in a nice manner out of respect. Those children, they do have conscience and they know how to respect.
They are human.
They are human. They are naturally raised to be bold. They are naturally raised to ask questions. Not because they are too nosy, because they want to know, because they want to learn. Go and sleep. Why? Drink this water. Why? Go to bed. Why? Say hello to me. Why? Everything. Why? And you know how irritating it is when an African child asks mom why. What do you mean? God damn, go and do it. Show me mom best or don't be why. Korea does so shaking for me. Typical African.
Subhanallah.
Tí ọmọ wa bá wá dé age kan, àwa lè bọ́mọ sọ̀rọ̀. Èmi believe pé kò sí bí ọmọ ẹni ṣe lè burú tó. Wallahi azim. Òbí tí a bá farabalẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àánú Ọlọ́run, á bá àwọn ọmọ wa sọ̀rọ̀. Àwa tí a jóbìnrin ṣe bí oyún tí a rù sí inú ikùn wa fún oṣù 9 ni. Ọmọ tí a ti mọ̀ kó tó di wípé ọmọ yẹn gan mọ̀ pé òun jẹ́ èèyàn. Nígbà tí a lè jẹ, nígbà tí a lè mu. Ṣé ìgbà tí abiyamọ bá ń rọbí lọ́wọ́ ni? Ẹlòmíì á máa ké, ẹlòmíì á máa pariwo. Kò sí ẹni tọ́lọ́run ṣe ìbímọ fún nírọ̀rùn. Nígbà tí à ń fún ọmọ ní ọmú, bọ́lọ́run ṣe kẹ́ ìyá ńlá wa MARIAM tó, Ọlọ́run ò ṣe ìbí nírọ̀rùn fún. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá bímọ láyé, ìnira ni a máa fi ń bímọ. Gbogbo abiyamọ sí Ọlọ́run jẹ́ àjèrè àwọn ọmọ wa. Ṣé ọmọ tí a wá bí, tí a fún lọ́yàn, ọmọ tí a kẹ́ láti kékeré, ṣé ọmọ ọ̀hún ló wá dàgbà tó tí àwa lè bá sọ̀rọ̀? Bí a bá ṣe bá ọmọ yẹn sọ̀rọ̀, tá bá ṣe máa bọ́ ọmọ yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ ló matter, tí ó máa gbọ́ tiwa. Òbí lè tara ń gbà míì tí a bá ń gbóná fún àwọn ọmọ. Ẹ jẹ́ ká tún wọn bí a ṣe máa tutù. Àwọn Yorùbá náà ní tí a bá fi ọwọ́ ọ̀tún bọ́mọ wí, wọ́n ní ká fòsì fàmúra ni. Nítorí ọmọ burúkú, wọ́n ní kò ṣeé fi ẹkùn pajẹ. Gbogbo wàhálà, ìdààmú, làkàlàkà, eré tá wá ń sá lórí ọmọ. Nígbà tásìkò àti wá jọrọ̀ ọmọ wa tó, Ọlọ́run ò ní jẹ́ kẹ́lẹ́lẹ́ni gbà ṣe wá ṣe. Àwọn ọmọ tí a jìyà lórí ẹ̀ tá ṣe wàhálà lórí wọn yìí, Ọlọ́run ò ní jẹ́ kí wọ́n di ọ̀tá wa. À jèrè wọn láyé, à tún jèrè wọn lálùkìyámà. Àmọ́ tí ó bá jí wípé abọ́mọ sọ àti kọ̀ náà ni ti kọ̀ náà ni, òbí máa ń ṣàdúà fún ọmọ ni. A máa ń ṣe àdúà fún ọmọ ni. Ní ojoojúmọ́ ayé ló yẹ kí òbí máa ṣàdúà fún ọmọ. Sister mi sọ lẹ́ǹkan, wọ́n ní àwa obìnrin, God bless my husband before blessing me. Husband náà ni. Lóòótọ́ ni, kí obìnrin tó lè ṣàdúà fúnra ẹ̀, á ti ṣe fún ọkọ ní 1 million times. You know, sometimes I ask why. Ọlọ́run lè mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ fẹ́ bless ìyàwó jọ ọkọ lọ. Nígbà tí wọ́n bá ti ń gbàdúrà pé k'Ọlọ́run bless ọkọ ẹ kó tó bless ẹ. Tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé in the next 20 years or 15 years, Ọlọ́run fẹ́ bless ọkọ ẹ. O rí pé ìwọ fúnra rẹ̀ ló ń fa nǹkan síwájú sínú life yín. Ẹ má get me wrong o. I love to pray for my husband. But at the same time, I am first. You are first. Learn to love yourself. When you love yourself, ara àdúrà tá à ń ṣe fún ọmọ tá a bí ní ara ìfẹ́ tí a ní síra wa. Nítorí tí àdúrà wa bá gbà tán lórí ọmọ, a máa jèrè àwọn ọmọ náà. Àwọn ọkùnrin tí a ti ẹ̀bí nísìn, àwọn ọkùnrin tó wà ń sìn wọn máa ń fẹ́ kóbìnrin ṣàdúrà fúnra wọn. Ìyá ńlá wa Khadija radiyallahu ta'ala anha, Ọlọ́run fi ṣàánú Ànábì sallallahu alaihi wasallam, olówó ni. Ọlọ́run fi ṣàánú Ànábì wa Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam ní gbogbo ọ̀nà. Gbogbo àwa tá a jẹ́ obìnrin, ẹ jẹ́ ṣàdúà fọ́kọ albarka ni. Àmọ́ ká má fi tiwa sẹ́yìn. Ká dẹ̀ má gbàgbé àti ṣàdúà fúnra wa. Ká má gbàgbé àti ṣàdúà fún àwọn ọmọ tá a bí. Nítorí ìgbà tí mo sọ lẹ́ǹkan pé gbogbo abiyamọ á máa sáré ní ọjọ́ gbogbo. Abiyamọ tó bá jí láàárọ̀, ọmọ ni, ọ̀sán ọmọ ni, alẹ́ ọmọ ni. Ẹni tí ò tí ì bí tó ń wojú Ọlọ́run, k'Ọlọ́run bá wa fi ọmọ ìdùnnú ta wọn lọ́rẹ. Gbogbo àwa tá a ti bí pátápátá, Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ a mọ sàárè wọn. Ẹni tí ò tí ì bí gan ń sáré. Ẹlòmíì wọ́n ní kẹ́lòmíì gbé bèbí kó máa fi jó. Ẹlòmíì di wèrè abiyamọ nítorí pé ó ń wọ́mọ. Àwọn bímọ tán. Ṣé àmánà ni ọmọ t'Ọlọ́run fún wa? Àti owó tí Ọlọ́run bá fún wa. Ẹni tó bá ní làákàyè, wàláhì ọ̀rọ̀ ńlá ni. Nígbà tá a sọ ní last week pé Ọlọ́run lè gbé ṣe ẹ̀dẹ́ o, kí Ọlọ́run fi ọmọ téèyàn bá bí, k'Ọlọ́run fi ṣe àdánwò fún yàn, k'Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ tèè, k'Ọlọ́run má ṣe àwọn ọmọ wa, k'Ọlọ́run má fi ṣe wọ́n ṣàdánwò fún wa. Àmọ́ àwọn ustaz tí a rí ní last week, wọ́n ní ọmọ tí Ọlọ́run bá fi ṣàdánwò fóbí ká lọ́wọ́ yá wọn dáadáa. Ó ní ìdí tí Ànábì Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam ní tí ọmọ bá fẹ́ tọ́jú òbí, kó tọ́jú ìyá rẹ̀ ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìgbà. síwájú bàbá. Àwọn ọkùnrin ò kí ń láìkí ká máa sọ àdìsí yẹn. Àmọ́ òótọ́ ni. Àwọn obìnrin ti mọ ọmọ, wọ́n ti mọ ọmọ kí ẹ̀yin tó mọ̀. Gbogbo 95% because àwọn ọkùnrin míì wà tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n wà caring gan ju obìnrin lọ. But 95% of women are naturally like that. Bọ́lọ̀ ìkẹ́ni Ọlọ́run fobìnrin ṣe láyé. Pàápàá lórí ọmọ. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí a máa ń ṣe àfọwọ́fà, kò ń ṣe gbogbo ìgbà ni ayé máa ń ṣe yàn. Àfọwọ́fà ń gbà mí máa ń fà á. Òbí mi bẹ̀rẹ̀ ti believe pé ọmọ mi ni, mi ò lè come down to his level láíláí. That's a very big mistake. Because sometimes that child is not matured enough to your level. That child doesn't have a good understanding as much as you are. You can see to an extent where the future lies. In terms of, you can actually visualize it out of experience. That child doesn't have that experience. He or she cannot buy it. Experience, they say, is a very good teacher, the best teacher. So sometimes you just have to come to the level of that child. You have to respect. Sometimes you have to be quiet for the child to rant for a long time and ask a very simple question. That simple question could bring tears into that child's eyes because you asked the right question at the right time. As much as children want you to, as much as parents want their children to respect them, our children today, this digital age children, want you to respect them even more.
Yeah, they take you.
You won't be surprised. Your child will tell you, Mom, why did you do that? How dare you? And Mom, but Mom, that wasn't right.
Very authoritative children.
And then she will tell you, boy, you asked me not to do that to you. Why are you doing that to me? No, apajabo nítorí pé ohun tá ní ká má ṣe fọ́mọ, mo lọ́mọ ń ṣe. Lóòótọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan, àmọ́ yẹn lè yọ ayé lẹ́mìí èèyàn. Pàápàá nígbà tí nǹkan bá ń da fẹ́yàn gbà mí ká má sọ nǹkan mi. Àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe rightly sọ bí ọkọ èèyàn ló ń maltreat èèyàn àbí wàhálà ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú ilé. Ọmọ tó wá jọ bàbá ẹ̀ yẹn, ìkanra yẹn la máa fi máa mú ọmọ yìí. The same thing pẹ̀lú bàbá, ọmọ tó jọ ìyá ẹ̀ yẹn, nígbà tí ìwà àti ìyàwó yín bá ti jà tán, ọmọ yẹn gan lẹ máa fi ìkanra mú. Ẹ jẹ́ a ṣàánú àwọn ọmọ, ẹ jẹ́ a ṣàánú ara wa. Nítorí ohun tí a bá kọ́ ọmọ yẹn, ìwọ bàbá tó jẹ́ pé gbogbo ìgbà ló máa insult ìyàwó ẹ̀, ló ń lu ìyàwó ẹ̀, tó ń fi ọ̀rọ̀ burúkú nù ní gbogbo ìgbà, ó ń kọ́ ọmọ ẹ̀ pé bọ́n ṣe ń treat ìyàwó nìyẹn o. Ìwọ ìyàwó tó bá jẹ́ pé gbogbo ìgbà ó tiẹ̀ ní respect bó ṣe wù kó mọ fún bàbá àwọn ọkọ ẹ̀, àbí ìwọ tó jẹ́ wípé kò sí nǹkan tọ́kọ ẹ̀ bá máa sọ láyé yìí, irọ́ náà ni. Tí bàbá bá ní ọmọ kọ́ mọ́ sit down, ìyá ní má bọ́ járe sit down, bá wo lójú ọmọ, ó ń ba ayé ọmọ yẹn jẹ́ ni. Ohun tó sọ fún ọmọ yẹn kó ṣe yẹn yóò ṣe tó jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ fún ọ náà lọ́la. Ìyẹn ò kí ń ṣe èpè. Nítorí gbogbo obìnrin, ó yẹ kí gbogbo àṣẹ tí bàbá bá pa lórí ọmọ, ó yẹ kí àwa tí a jẹ́ obìnrin tí a jẹ́ abiyamọ ká jẹ́ kí òfin yẹn fi ẹsẹ̀ múlẹ̀. Even
working together.
Yeah, working. Even if you think it's not right, look for a way and time and manner to talk to the husband. Darling, I don't think that was actually right. Let's take it easy with this child. You can easily do that. But the máa ìdá pa òfin àbí àṣẹ tí bàbá ọmọ bá ti pa nínú ilé. Ó common gan láàrin àwa obìnrin.
Very, very common.
Ọmọ bá ní kọ́mọ ṣe nǹkan, a máa ní no kọ́mọ má ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Ìwà burúkú ni. À ń gbìn nǹkan burúkú sí heart àwọn ọmọ wa yẹn ni. Tí ìwọ àti bàbá ọmọ yẹn bá tiẹ̀ ń jà, tẹ̀ ní issues. Táwọn ọmọ yẹn bá rí unfortunately, àbí ká wá bá ṣe fẹ́ tún àárín ibẹ̀ yẹn ṣe. Kí ọmọ yẹn má gbìjà bàbá, gbìjà ìyá ẹ̀. Torí pàápàá ọmọkùnrin máa ń gbìjà ìyá wọn gan. Àmọ́ àwa abiyamọ ló yẹ ká máa wá wo bá a ṣe máa ṣe àtúnṣe yẹn. Tí ọmọ obìnrin àbọ́kùnrin yẹn máa hate bàbá tó bí lọ́mọ tó rò lè ra bàbá mi fún.
Ah, kò sí lọ́jà.
Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọkùnrin máa ń ṣe nǹkan tó kù díẹ̀ káàtó o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ lobìnrin náà dẹ̀ máa ń wà. Àmọ́ tí a bá monitor, tí a bá watch àwọn ọkùnrin dáadáa, tí obìnrin bá ní sùúrù pẹ̀lú ọkùnrin, tí wọ́n fúnra rẹ̀ dẹ̀ dúró tó mọ nǹkan tí wọ́n fúnra rẹ̀ ń ṣe, ìdùnnú ẹ̀ owó ẹ̀ ló wà. A ní àwọn ọkùnrin tó jẹ́ pé òkì ni wọn o. Àwọn ò lè change ní tiwọn. Wọ́n máa níyán nílé, wọ́n máa wọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ káàkiri ni. A dẹ̀ ní àwọn obìnrin náà tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀. Àmọ́ ẹ jẹ́ kí bí àwa fúnra bá ṣe ń ṣe láàrin ọkọ àtaya, ká máa mọ̀ pé àwọn ọmọ tá à ń bí ń wò wá.
Yeah, positive example for the children.
Positive example, Ọlọ́run bá mi dúpẹ́ fún yín. Nítorí àsìkò, àwa tí a bá ní ìbéèrè kan àbí ìkejì, a ní àǹfààní láti pè sí studio 07931 004510. 07931 004510 ní studio number. A lè fi messages wálẹ̀ sórí Facebook, àbí Instagram, àbí YouTube. A máa kà jáde. If you're just joining us, we've been talking about relating with your child. You are your child. You are their role model. We've tried to encourage you to know your child, to respect them. They have feelings. Respect their feelings. Respect their privacy. Respect their wish or wishes. If you want them to change something, there are ways you can go about it. There are ways you can go about it. Try to engage your child in a conversation.
Yeah, very important.
Don't tell them you have to every time. They know what they want. They know what they want. Every time, most of the time, they know what they want. A child will tell you, you ask your child, what would you like to eat for breakfast?
I don't know.
I want toast. Okay. The next day, what would you like to have? I want toast. But you had toast yesterday. Yeah, but that's my best food. Okay. The third day, you ask them, I want toast. Okay, I'm gonna be like, yes, I'm gonna give you toast today, but tomorrow you're not having toast. And the next day you'll be surprised when you ask them, what would you like for breakfast today? Whatever you like me to have, mommy.
My son is, I don't know.
And sometimes I don't know.
So what I do with my son is, I know what he likes. So Ojo, I don't know. I'll just go and prepare what he likes and put it on the table. Sweetie, you know what? It's breakfast time. So time in-law. I've put a chicken wrap on the table. Do you want drink or tea? Oh, thanks, Mom. That's why I love you. So for me to not create that time of I don't know, at least we do that for two. And another thing I forgot to mention when I was talking was, Joe, this is for parents in general. Ẹ má fi ọmọ kan kẹ́kan.
Tí yóò ní bàjẹ́.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, mo fi Ọlọ́run bẹ̀ yín. Kíní yìí, even me as an adult, I know my daddy loves me more than anything. They pé àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, my sister is online now. When they want something, they will say, lọ sọ fún daddy. And definitely when I get there, nǹkan tó lọ bá daddy tẹ́lẹ̀ pé a fẹ́ kíní tí daddy ní kò sí. Wọ́n ti ní, why ta ṣe máa fún wọn? But sincerely, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala kó fún bàbá mi lẹ́mìí gígùn àlàáfíà. I love him. I love my parents. That is just him. He loves all his children, but I became the favored one. So I don't want to do that in my house. So I learned from it. I picked that thing. I learned from it. Though I wasn't treated badly or whatever, but it's obvious. So ẹ má fi ọmọ kan kẹ́kọ̀ọ́, especially when one child is doing better than the other. Ẹ má sọ pé ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ ni. Like one Asian parent told me, ọmọ òun tó wà ní class ọmọ mi, ó gbọ́dọ̀ lọ grammar school nítorí pé ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ grammar school ló ń lọ. And I was like, have you checked this child? Ṣé ó ní same ability as ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀? And ṣé ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ yẹn ṣó fẹ́ lọ grammar school? It's very, very important. Grammar school, yeah. I have a friend that almost went into depression. Torí pé ọmọ ẹ̀ fail kini grammar school. So one thing ask her is, she Omolofelo grammar school ni, or is your own opinion? Go to grammar school. And I'm like, okay. In as much as my son's IQ is okay, I've never put it on the table and said, go to grammar school. All I say to my son is, walk yourself up there. Walk yourself up there. So man, she share more away from practice, don't she? But I understand. I know my child's learning style, and each omo one yato right from baby. Can your ma ever? I'm begging you, please. Emma fi omo wá ṣe run fún wa, ẹ jọ̀ọ́.
Ọlọ́run bá mi kẹ́yìn lọ́pọ̀. Àmín. Ọlọ́run bá mi kẹ́yìn ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí a fi ọmọ wé ọmọ. I don't compare children. They are two. Mo sọ pé ọmọ mẹ́ta, tàbí ọmọ mẹ́ta. They are three different individuals. They are three different people. They do things differently. They will love you differently. They will care for you differently, and they will relate to you differently.
Definitely.
But the three of them, ọmọ ni wọ́n. Ká má fi ìkan kẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Tàbá tí ń fi ìkan kẹ́kọ̀ọ́, most of the time ó máa ń fa aburú fún ọmọ tí à ń fi ń kẹ́yìn. Tàbá rántí ẹni tàbá ń jẹ́ story Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam. Mo fi àsìkò yìí kí sister Mr. Rashida Adeola Alarape, sister Rahamat Olayinka Ali Balogun, sister Aduke Idris, Prince Akin Agbabs. Thank you for joining us, sir. Brother Babatunde Shoaga, sister Fatima Rahman Badiru. Ẹ ṣé tí ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Àwa tí mi ò láǹfààní láti dárúkọ lẹ́ǹkan sí, ẹ foríjì mí. Ọlọ́run á gbà ní ìbádà fún wa. So, mo rí Alhaja wa Busari, wọ́n ní, I think parents need to understand that this topic is not in the way you get our children to be disrespectful. It's more about understanding how to deal with them and manage the challenges. Ọlọ́run á kú bá mi kẹ́yìn.
Àmín.
Ọlọ́run bá mi kẹ́yìn. Mo ṣe ń sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan pé in tí a bá fẹ́ kí èèyàn ṣe fún yàn. Àgbàlagbà máa ń like kí ọmọ máa respect wa. Àmọ́ èmi máa advocate tí wọ́n máa ń sọ pé wọ́n máa ń fi Yorùbá rí ọmọdé jẹ ni. Wọ́n máa ń fi àgbà rí ọmọdé jẹ. Kí ni yẹn máa ń mú mi nù gan? Mommy, that is not Islam. Children need and must be respected as much as adults need to be respected.
Respected, yeah.
Wọ́n máa ń fi àgbà rí ọmọdé jẹ yẹn ni. Ẹ má bínú o. I don't take it from anyone. When an adult is wrong, learn to say sorry.
Yeah. Right away.
Why? Even though they are wrong. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Akọ́lájú wà sá, Princess Phyllis ṣàlàfíà lè wà sá.
Ara wà ní ṣeré láṣẹ mọ́.
Àmín sọ́mọ́ àmín.
Mi ò bá yín bẹ̀rẹ̀ bọ̀tàrí ni mo ti join ní. Mo kí sister tó wà lẹ́yọ̀. Ṣé àwọn regular sister yẹn ni àbí?
First time ni wọ́n.
First time and one?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. She's spoken well, but I need to reach you.
Inshallah.
More knowledge and wisdom for both of you.
Amen. Sharing
regarding the our yes, sir. We can continue to clear understanding. Ọlọ́run ọba ló bá tọ́mọ.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ọlọ́run ló bá tọ́mọ. Kì í ṣe pé bẹ́ẹ̀ bàbá kan mọ̀ ṣe, àbí ìyá kan mọ̀ ṣe. Ọlọ́run ló bá tọ́mọ. Èmi ti rí ìbìrìn tẹ́kùn nǹkan lórí ìsọmọ mẹ́rin. Mẹ́rin dẹ̀ wà successful.
Oh yes.
Ti rí tọkọtìyàwó tó rí ìsọmọ méjì. Àwọn méjèèjì náà dẹ̀ wà successful ní package ni. She understand?
Yes, sir.
But basically, training of the children depends on the training of the parents. Táwọn parents wà láwọn ní. Ṣé o tí mo sọ yìí?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Now, because ohun tá à ń ṣe, ohun tó ọmọ ẹ̀ ń rí, ohun tó ọmọ ẹ̀ ń gbọ́, òun ló fi ń react.
Exactly.
Ṣé get it? So now, ẹ dúró ṣé bàbá àti ìyá tó jẹ́ pé 24 hours ni wọ́n fi ń ṣe posting contest nínú ilé àárọ̀ wọ́n á jà welterweight tó bá dọ̀sán wọ́n á jà middleweight tó bá dalẹ́ wọ́n á jà heavyweight wọ́n sì ṣàkóso ẹjọ́ tó wọ́n bá dàgbà ǹjẹ́ òun níbi ìgbé ráìtì nìyẹn
bẹ́ẹ̀ni wọ́n
so
bá
ó tà
kẹ́yìn.
sí làwọn ọmọ wa ń kọ́pì ẹ dúró táwọn máa sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ mú àwọn ká máa sọ ṣẹlẹ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ fàṣà kì í ṣe wọn tó dáa nígbà
ṣépè
tí wọn
fọmọ.
bá jí láàárọ̀ olórí burúkú rẹ tí bàbá bá dáhùn onírànú ìyàwó òṣì onírànú ìwé ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ní gbogbo ẹ ṣe gbogbo ọmọ ìwọ tó ń jẹ alákọ̀ọ́bí ẹ nígbà tí wọn bá dé skul tó lórúkọ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọn sọ orúkọ bẹ́ẹ̀ tó ní wọn sọ
alákọ̀ọ́rí.
kejì wọn máa sọ kẹta onírànú ló máa tẹ̀lé ìkẹrin alákọ̀ọ́bí ìkarùn-ún olóṣì wàrà sọ̀rọ̀ pé ọ̀rọ̀ burúkú làwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn.
Allahu Akbar.
so ṣe rí tábà fojú wò wọ́n ṣe ń train ọmọ all over the world ọlọ́run ló fi hàn ṣe o ọ̀rọ̀ pé ọmọ kan ọmọ lóyìnbó ọ̀rọ̀ kó kékeré kan ẹgbẹ́ tó ní bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ ó lóun máa ń ná ọmọ òun lórí pọ̀ tó ní bóun ṣe náà wọ́n kí wọ́n kẹfí bọ́ school kò sọ pé òun jẹ́ prime minister pé kọ́ ọmọ òun special treatment because ọmọ pé tọ́wọ́n ẹ bá ba orúkọ yìí jẹ́ orúkọ tó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọmọ lè bàjẹ́ ẹ̀.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
wọ́n sọ ní ìṣòro ẹ̀ka fún ọmọ wa ẹ má jẹ́ ká máa lo ọ̀rọ̀ burúkú sáà ọmọ wa kó lè ṣe ọkàn àmọ́ ń gẹ́lẹ̀ tó lọ àdúrà ìtọ́jú wa.
wọ́n bá wa kẹ́yìn sà.
ájọ̀nà bí sàájì
náà.
mo fẹ́ bèèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ó ṣe jẹ́ pé ọmọ pásítọ̀ sàtọ̀ ọmọ ìmáà náà wáyé àkúnyà.
Allahu Akbar.
ṣe fẹ́ ní wọn kọ́ wọn lẹ́nu ìlànà yẹn wọ́n kọ́ wọn ọ̀tọ̀ ọlọ́run bá ló ń báyọ̀ tọ́ mọ́ wọ́n ní ìjà tí wisdom tí wọ́n ní wọ́n lè pàṣẹ ọ̀sán ọmọ ẹ̀ ọlọ́run á jẹ́ kó gbà tó bá gbà kó wá fi wúlò.
Àmín sọmọ àmín.
àdúrà tí kẹ́kẹ́ máa ṣe fún ọmọ wa ni pé wọ́n wúlò fúnra wọn.
Àmín.
wọ́n wúlò fún òbí.
Àmín.
wọ́n wúlò fún orílẹ̀-èdè wọn.
Àmín
wọ́n ti
sọmọ.
wá tó jẹ́ nàìjíríà wọ́n lè tún wúlò fún orílẹ̀-èdè yìí.
Àmín ya Allah. Àmín.
ẹ̀kọ́ tó bá wúlò rẹ̀ ìwúrí ni
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
fún bàbá.
àti ìyá.
èmi tí mo ń bẹ sọ̀rọ̀ yìí ajá lọ fi sàtì.
now.
last Friday ló pé 6 years tí bàbá mi tó jẹ́ pé ọlọ́run. ọlọ́run ti tẹ́ wọn sáré fi rí mi.
àmín ya Allah.
nítorí pé mi ò gbọ́ kẹ́nì kan sọ pé bàbá ẹ̀ ṣe báyìí láti 6 years yẹn. tó lè bá gbọ́ pé wá ọ̀ṣun sì wò ní tiẹ̀ lẹ́yìn tí wọlé ọ̀ṣun sì bàbá mi abẹ́ ìyẹn wá jẹ́ ṣàdúrà fún ẹ abẹ́ ìṣe báyìí fún mi ní ìgbàgbé gbogbo training tí wọ́n fún mi gbà yẹn tí mi fi kò dá punishment olóògùn fi lọ́jọ́ orí yìí.
ó ti yá sáré pọ́dún mẹ́fà. mo ló ti yá sáré pọ́dún mẹ́fà.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni ó ti pẹ́ 6 years mo ló ti pẹ́ first year freedom prayer yẹn àjọ wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni sà.
kò ṣe òkú àpọ̀lé. ṣé o understand? ṣé rí ohun training ẹ̀jẹ̀ ká pass training yẹn fún ọmọ. My father always tell me that money is not everything in life. The most important thing in life for you is to maintain your name. Pé tó bá ba orúkọ ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó bá lọ́rọ̀ ìbọn kò ní sí ìmẹ́mọ̀. So ẹ̀jọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ ká máa nǹkan mẹ́ta tí mo kọ́ lọ́dọ̀ ọ̀gá mi wọ́n máa ń sọ fún mi pé number 1 no integrity, number 2 integrity for ẹ, number 3 honesty. Tó bá ń wà very honest àtẹ̀tún ẹ̀ wọ́n máa sún ẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n ìwọ tó bá wà dishonest ló bá tẹ̀lé rẹ̀ wọn á ní lọ́lọ́ ìbàjáde onígbà ẹ̀ ti pọ̀ jù ṣé tó bá ń parọ́ wọ́n máa ń lé rẹ wọ́n máa ń lé rí àdáláàánú sá lọ́dọ̀ yẹn ẹjọ́ gbogbo aláàánú wọn ò ní jìnnà sí wa
Àmín súnmọ́.
ọ̀pọ̀ tá a bá ń ṣe ẹ̀jẹ̀ ká lóòótọ́ fúnra wa ìwọ̀n tó bá ń ṣiṣẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ ọ̀gá wọn ò kí lóòótọ́ pẹ̀lú ọ̀gá yẹn kọ́gà náà ló jẹ́ pẹ̀lú ọmọọṣẹ́ ibẹ̀ níṣẹ́ yẹn ṣe ń gbòòrò sí.
Ẹ ṣé adúpẹ́ sá o.
So ayọ̀ Nafeesa mi mú rí tí mo lè máa fi ṣàgbà fún ẹ nítorí pé tọ́pìkì tó ń ṣe rí ikú ti ló ń wé ìyá tó bá sunlé tó bá gbọ́ tọ́pìkì ààyè á lè sunlé àwọn ilé máa ń tọ́ máa wọ́n ṣe kúrò ní dátìn wọ́n gba bákìn lọ wọ́n ṣe kúrò bákìn wọ́n gba dọ́sìn lọ bàbá náà ti kúrò òun náà ti gba kílọ̀bù lọ ó ti gba ilé àlè àwọn ọmọ náà ti kúrò ní ẹ̀kọ́ tó lọ ẹ̀tọ́ ọlọ́run bá ẹ jẹ́ ká fún ọmọ wa táyà ẹ jẹ́ ká kí fún wọn ó ṣe 3 hours ní ẹjọ́ ó lójú bàbá tó mọ skul táwọn ọmọ wọn lọ dípò fẹ́ àtẹ́ǹdì parents teacher association meeting lójú
Ọlọ́run bá mi dúpẹ́ fún yín sà.
Wọ́n ní kí n máa sọ ìlú náà ilé ìpè wọlé.
Ẹni ẹ ṣé adúpẹ́ gan sà.
Gbogbo tó ń ṣe jọ máa kọ̀tínú olórí ìlú tó ṣe. Lágbóró ọlọ́wọ́ ọba àti gbogbo tó ń gbé wá àti gọ́fàdà ojú mi tí ń lágbóró.
Àmín súnmọ́ àmín àtẹ̀yìn kan sà. Ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́ sà o, ẹ kú gbogbo ìgbà. Ọlọ́run bá wa nífẹ̀ẹ́ yín. Abiyamọ. Gbogbo bímọ àlà Ọlọ́run jájèrè ọmọ. Gbogbo bímọ àlà Ọlọ́run jájèrè ọmọ. Àlà púpọ̀ làpọ̀jù Ọlọ́run jájèrè ọmọ. Àlà ìlàlá. Muhammadu Rasulullah. Ọwọ́ tí a fi ṣẹ́gun sí báyìí àní fi dà ìpínú nínú ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń bára wa látàárọ̀ Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ Ọlọ́run á jẹ́ kó wúlò fún wa àní ṣàṣe. A ní ìbéèrè kan kó tó ní pé a ka sítórì wa nítorí a kà sítórì ọ̀hún. Àwa lè tètè parí ètò kó má gùn jù. Ìbéèrè náà lọ báyìí wípé
ilé tẹ̀mí kanlẹ̀.
A ṣe lọ́jọ́ alẹ́ àtẹ̀yí tí ń bá fòwúrọ̀ ṣe Rabbil Alamin ọba mi àdáni wáyé kẹ́ni ẹlẹ́ni máa jẹ̀ṣẹ̀ mi. 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 Lára àwọn ọmọ tá a bí ni àwọn iṣẹ́ tí a ti ń ṣe láti àárọ̀. Nígbà tó wá di ọjọ́ alẹ́ tá a wá bá fẹ́ jèrè àwọn ọmọ náà, ẹni ẹlẹ́ni ò ní gbà ṣe wá ṣe. Àwọn ò ní wá wùtù lójijì. Ọlọ́run á fún alálàáfíà àti ẹ̀mí gígùn tó máa fi jèrè iṣẹ́ gbogbo látàárọ̀ títí di ọjọ́ alẹ́. Ìbéèrè yìí lọ wípé Assalamu alaikum. What advice will you give to parents that are controlling and make compulsory some certain achievements that their kids are enabled of achieving, or maybe unable? I think unable, yeah, is the word split into two, of achieving.
Very, very important.
Trend ni.
Alhamdulillah for that question. Alhamdulillah for that question. Nǹkan tí mo máa ń sọ ni wípé a little kindness ó máa ń jẹ́ kí relationship go smoothly, whether be it with an adult or a child. And when you become controlling and domineering on a child, brain àwọn ọmọ yìí I think to some extent, logical reasoning, but they pick it stage by stage.
Yeah.
And stage by stage, so when we assume a child supposed to be in this position, a child supposed to do this, you are overwhelming them. You are confusing them. And the rate at which, especially our African parents in Bibai, only which is a grammar school level. There was a documentary on grammar school in 2016, I guess. Oh, Alori BBC iPlayer. A mom was crying as the young lady by bomb she parí examples of pé òun ò ṣe dáadáa. Woman yẹn dẹ̀ ń ké báyìí pé with all my effort, I leave work and take you for lesson. Ọmọ yẹn ò tiẹ̀ worry. Ọmọ yẹn ní, but I didn't ask you to take me for lesson. Such parents tó wà controlling and domineering on a child tẹ́ pé tipátipá bí má ṣe fẹ́ ló ṣe máa fẹ́. Please revamp, revisit your way of relating with your children. If possible, seek for support. Kó tó di pé ó go wrong. Cherry, tó bá àwọn ọmọ yìí bá ti ń dé age 7 to 14, if you don't get it right, èèyàn ti miss ẹ nìyẹn.
Ọlọ́run bá mi kẹ́yìn.
So please seek for support. Like I said, mo tọ́nà ọ̀rọ̀ mi lẹ́ẹ̀kan pé even àwọn ọmọ mi tó ṣì kéré, bí mo ṣe jẹ́ teacher yìí, àìmọye nǹkan tó ń rú mi lójú lórí àwọn ọmọ because àgbàlagbà lèmi ń kọ́. So tí máa rí pé ó kù díẹ̀ káàtó, máa tọ̀ àwọn teacher wọn lọ. Please ọmọ yìí ṣe báyìí. Àbí ẹ lè má sọ direct, kọ́ má fi yẹn because àwọn míì tẹ́ bá lọ sọ nǹkan míì bó ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀, wọ́n lè máa fojú máa ṣọ́ ọmọ yẹn kọ́ máa wò. Ẹ mọ bẹ́ ṣe máa gbé kalẹ̀, kẹ́ find out bẹ́ ṣe máa support àwọn ọmọ yẹn. But as a parent, the way you relate with your children so that you can get it right before it goes out of hand. May Allah make it easy for you.
Allah. Yalajua M. Kuti, Meta, sir. Our guest not in the studio, Benny, sir. But thank God for technology. She relates no kolonko kubani bada fun. That was a very good question. Ọlọ́run bá mi dúpẹ́ fún yín. Question yẹn wá jẹ́ kí n rántí incident kan. I'm thinking it's about 5-7 years ago. Tí ọmọ láàárín àwọn ọmọ wa dúdú ọmọ Naija náà ni. Tí ọmọ yẹn commit suicide nígbà tí ó gba result A levels ẹ̀. Ó gba result yẹn. Ó wá investigate pé kí ló lè fà tí ọmọ yìí ṣe lè commit suicide. Ṣé rí àwa ò àwọn nǹkan tí ayé tí ń yàtọ̀ ń sìn, ó dẹ̀ yẹ kí àwa náà understand wípé gbogbo nǹkan tó òbí bá láàlẹ̀ fọmọ, tí ọmọ yẹn ò bá ṣe yẹn ò ní kọ́ ọmọ yẹn kó má ṣoríire. Tọ́mọ ò bá lọ sí university ò ní kó má ṣoríire. Ọmọ tó jẹ́ pé àti ẹ̀ ń wò pé okay, ó slow naturally. Ẹmọ́kẹ́ tọ́mọ bá slow naturally, a lot of people don't respect those children. And they are very, very wise children.
Very, very wise.
Very, very wise children. Wọ́n kàn slow naturally. But téèyàn bá bí ọmọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe mọ̀ pé a ti máa ń tètè fojú pa àwọn ọmọ yẹn rẹ́, a máa pè ní dìdìrìn. Ọmọ tí nǹkan táwọn ò lè ṣẹ̀dá, a máa pè ọmọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ní dìdìrìn. A máa fi ọmọ yẹn, a máa bú ọmọ yẹn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ Ọlọ́run ọba aláàánú jùlọ, ó lè gbé ọmọ yẹn sórí ọmọ tó bí tẹ̀yìn kó pé ọmọ tẹ̀yìn bí tó pé Ọlọ́run lè gbé ọmọ tẹ̀yìn ń pè ní dìdìrìn yẹn. Ọlọ́run á gbé lórí ọmọ tí ẹ̀yin bí tọmọ òun dẹ̀ pé ọba ara nìyẹn. So ẹ mọ̀ pé láyé ìgbà kan gbogbo òbí ní láì ìlú wa tá a ti wá yẹn, ọmọ, you have to be a doctor, you must go and study medicine, you must go and study law. Parents, most parents bó ṣe treat ọmọ nìyẹn pé by force by fire ni. And many a times táwọn ọmọ yẹn bá lọ sí university, wọn kí ni ò kí ń wúlò fún wọn because they don't have the interest at heart. Òbí mi ò tiẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ọmọ mi level of kíní assimilation ẹ̀ kò tó stage yẹn. A máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń push, a máa push, a máa pull, a máa ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. A lè fẹ́ dá ọmọ lọ́mọ lórí irú kí ló dé. Ọmọ ò lọ sí grammar school ní kó má ṣoríire. Àyìmọye àwọn tó ń lọ sí grammar school tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ṣì wà lẹ́yìn àwọn ọmọ tó lọ public school ni. Ṣùgbọ́n náà lọ bá láàánú. A ní kí a fún àwọn ọmọ yìí l'opportunity kan ṣe nǹkan tó wù wọ́n látọkàn wọn. Tá bá tiẹ̀ wá rò pé bóyá eléyìí kù díẹ̀ káàtó. There's a way tí a máa fi bá àwọn ọmọ yìí sọ̀rọ̀. Ká support wọn. Support to build their future, not building their future for them. Give them the opportunity and support them. Support is different from building. When you support them, how am I going to want them? They don't think like us. Even in Nigeria, our business and everywhere, they know what they want. So, and the best every parent can do is just to support them. Am I okay? Be atomo you go ba lọ sí university kò lè ṣoríire. Àyè mọ àwọn tó lọ sí university tó parí school gan tó ríṣẹ́. There are so many of them. So university is very good, but if you have a child, tí ó jẹ́ pé kò fẹ́ go further. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká fojú yẹpẹrẹ wò. There are so many things tó lè ṣe. Nílùú they don't always do that. Àyè mọ oríṣiríṣi nǹkan náà gbé sílẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé tọmọ bá ṣe tán ní A level, àbí kí wọ́n máa college, àbí sixth form. There are so many things they can do. Tom Bati fellows university. Can you compare? You have to do this. Oh, darling, I think if you do this, is better for you. Why don't you look at it this way? I thought there's a lot of prospects in this, unlike what you said. Okay, I agree with you. You want to study this. Tell me, what are you planning to achieve from it? Why does it interest you? Convince me. Let me know. Educate me. Let me know what actually inspires you about this particular course. That is how you relate with your child. And like my sister rightly said, you have to start from the age of 7. Know how to relate, know what your children want story along. So we support them. Supporting them is what we need. Let's support those children to achieve those success. You can't do it for them anyway. You know, I'm not talking so results. Only 2 results in your now. Ara wa bi ama ya ọmọ yẹn sìn tó ti wò pé ọmọ mi ẹ ò bí ọlọ́mọ yìí kí wọ́n fojú sunkún ọmọ. Ó lè jẹ́ pé our parents yẹn gan, you are expecting too much for the child. We do that mistake a lot as well. We expect too much from a child. Àwọn ọmọ yìí Ọlọ́run bá kẹ́ àwọn ọmọ wa, but we have a lot to do. Ní àsìkò mọ́. We must finish before 8 o'clock. Àbọ̀ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ yìí nǹkan tá a máa sọ ní gbogbo ìgbà ni. Bọ́n torí pé kíní ìwé káyàn lára. Ẹlòmíì ò dẹ̀ fẹ́ gbọ́ títí ẹ̀ ló mọ̀. Kò sí ní tẹ́lẹ̀ sọ kò ní gbọ́. Àmọ́ tí o bá fi ọgbọ́n ọlọ́gbọ́n ṣọgbọ́n, kò pé èèyàn gọ̀ ọ́. Tí a bá ní ẹ ṣe báyìí fọmọ yín, kò ṣe pé ọmọ yín yẹn fẹ́ tọ́jú àwa o.
Abèrè ọ̀nà tí ẹ̀ kì í ṣìnà.
Kò kì í ṣìnà. Kọ́lọ́run aláàánú jùlọ kó gbà ní ìbádà fún wa. Ìpè tó ń dùn yìí, ẹ jẹ́ ń wò bóyá ẹ̀yin ní àwa ò sí ní kí n wò bóyá mo lè gbé kó tó cut. Apologies mi ò rí gbé. Nítorí tá bá ní ká máa sọ ọ̀rọ̀ yìí lénìí ní kó ń bẹ. Ẹ jẹ́ ká story wa. Ọjọ́ mi, ọjọ́ rí. Sister Rahamot Olayinka Ali Balogun, we need not to condemn any child. Instead, we should support and pray for them regularly. Praising your child. Well done, good girl, good boy. You are amazing. You are beautiful. You are so healthy. Awesome. You are awesome. What you like in here? Even Nagbalagba. Our kowa. Tabashe wọ́n fún wa. Ó ṣe bàbá ọkọ mi, Àkànjí, ọmọ lágbájá, ọmọ tàmọ̀dù, ọmọ igbá, ọmọ àwo. Inú ọkọ ẹ̀ á dùn báyìí. My dear. Tabara kí àwọn obìnrin, as usual, tabara kí ọkọ wa tán. Ṣé mo pé my dear, ṣé mo pé aṣọ tí mo la fẹ́ rà yẹn. Ó mama ẹ má gbàgbé àti fún mi lówó yẹn o.
Àti designer bag.
Designer bag. Ọlọ́run máa kẹ́ gbogbo àwọn obìnrin. Bẹ́ẹ̀ jẹ́ lọ́kùnrin náà ni tọkọ bá kíyàwó ẹ̀ báyìí. Àríkẹ́, ọmọ tó ṣan, ọmọ tó yé kébù, ó pọ́n látòkè. Ẹ mọ̀ pé obìnrin náà máa feel good. Mari, yes, darling. Say again. I'm blushing. Kò sí àgbàlagbà nìyẹn o. Ambele tà sí ọmọdé. Yínníyínní Yorùbá sọ. Yínníyínní ká tún lè ṣe mìíràn Yorùbá sọ. Àkànjí kẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àwọn èèyàn já Àkànjí. Idris, it's good to see you. Akọjọ́ mẹ́ta. Àkànjí ni bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Àkànjí ọ̀gọ̀. Ọmọ rédí ẹ bá kú àtàlà lọ. Ọmọ dúdú, ọmọ pupa, ọmọ roboto. Kí ni wá lè dùn náà ni? Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ká ṣe máa kí àwọn ọmọ wa.
Ká máa ṣe fáwọn ọmọ yẹn náà.
Kọ́ máa ṣe nǹkan tó kù díẹ̀ káàtó, á bá òun wí àká tún fáwọn ọmọ ra. Àbíamọ nù. Gbogbo bímọ, Ọlọ́run á jẹ́ ká jèrè ọmọ. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ká ìwà. Let's sit down and enjoy our story. We've been talking about family, relating with each other, relating with your child. That would lead us to continuing our story about Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam. Story. Once upon a time. We shall continue our story from our book 101 Quran Stories and Dua by the author Sania Yasnain Khan. I love reading stories. I love entertaining kids. It's something I genuinely love doing. Adults do enjoy stories too, just like me. So the title of today's story is The Family Reunites. He helped his parents to a couch, and they all fell down on their knees before him. Surah to Yusuf, Quran 12, verse 100. Before the brothers left for home, Yusuf alayhi salam gave his shirt to them and told them to touch his father's eyes with it to restore his sight and to bring his parents to him. As they approached their land, Yaqub sensed that they were near, although they were still some distance from home, because he could smell the scent of Yusuf's shirt. As soon as the brothers arrived back home, they gave their father the good news that Yusuf was alive and patted his face with the shirt. Yaqub alayhi salam at once regained his sight. He was overjoyed and thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, said, "Did I not tell you, Allah has made known to me what you do not know." His sons sank his head in shame and asked for his forgiveness. Then Yaqub's family bade farewell to the land of Canaan. When they reached Egypt, Yusuf embraced his parents and held them in honor. He made them sit on the throne and said, "Welcome to Egypt, in safety if Allah wills." Overwhelmed with gratitude to Allah for delivering him from prison, for uniting him with his parents, and for guiding his brothers back to the right path, Yusuf alayhi salam prostrated himself before Allah and thanked him for all his blessings. An extract from the Holy Quran. Then, when they presented themselves before Yusuf, he drew his parents to him and said, "Welcome to Egypt, in safety if God wills." Surah to Yusuf, Quran 12, verse 99. The end of our story. Marrying together, reuniting together, family bonding, family love, family respect. Family is everything. If something is meant to be forever, it is family. We cross each other's path. We fight. We laugh. We struggle. We go through pain together. In the end, we smile. We reunite. Is one of the things Allah loves most. To reunite with your family, to understand one another, to forgive one another, to show more love. That is the story of Yusuf reuniting with his family. Yusuf alayhi salam was so loved by his father, and the other brothers sensed it, and they plotted an evil against him after so many years. In this story today, that happened many years ago, Yusuf reunited with his family. And he did something amazing. Overwhelmed with gratitude to Allah for delivering him from prison, for reuniting him with his parents, and for guiding his brothers back to the right path. Yusuf prostrated himself before Allah and thanked him for all his blessings. Sajda Shukr. Mofara, every time Every time something good happens to him, every time he wins, he will always do that sujood in gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let's try to practice that. Every time Allah has blessed us with something, do it. It's a sign of gratitude, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be pleased. May Allah continue to guide us aright, bless our children, make them the apple of our eyes. May Allah in His infinite mercy have mercy upon us. Remember, today's topic is about respecting the child, respecting their wishes, respecting their privacy, respecting their feelings. If you love someone, you will definitely respect them. They are never too young for you to respect them. What you teach your child, how you relate with your child, defines who he will be in future. Correct the wrongs that you know. Be friendly. Show more love. Respect them. They will respect you even more. Pray for them every single time. In Salat, when you're not doing Salat, pray for them. May Allah in His infinite mercy continue to guide us aright. Sister Abimbola Lorike, Muki, I wish you didn't have to go, but honestly, we do have to go now. My sincere apologies. Time is against us. We shall continue this program next week. I love reading the stories. Please, when it's story time, always encourage your child to come closer so they can listen to the beautiful story, Quran stories. May Allah bless them for us. May Allah bless us too. May Allah continue to guide them. May Allah continue to guide us. May Allah increase us in Iman. May Allah guide our ways. It's very important to love and respect your children. Do unto them what you want them to do unto you. That is not disrespecting. Is you respecting your children? Is it one of the commandments of Allah? And is it one of the rights of a child? They are blessings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So they will continue to be blessings for us forever. For those of us still looking and seeking the fruit of the womb as a woman, for those of us still looking and seeking to have a child as a man, Allah doesn't need children. He has no children. He will never have children. Allah will give you the good news very soon. He will bless you with a beautiful and blessed child or children. Remember, when He blesses you, remember to respect and nurture and treat the being, the little being that grow to be old just like you. Remember to respect them and love them. Did you say something to me, sir? I just said, love your children like you want them to love you. Respect them just like you want them to respect you. Assalamu alaikum, sir. No. Ben. I do, sir.
Thank you. Because it's a foundation, no matter any single mother to raise a mother.
Ben.
Another person, and one you never follow away. She Babato Gilaro, don't be sure of Sicida. She did. People waiting, put to fear anything. To know she has one. I believe that to Mura, that people will show Mura, to know she's so. gbogbo ẹ̀ ló fi polówó káàkiri. Báwo lọ́mọ ẹgbẹ́ ṣe fẹ́ múra?
Ọlọ́run bá mi kẹ́yìn sà.
Ṣé gbogbo ní foundation? That is the foundation of things. Then nǹkan pé wà táwa dúdú máa ń ṣe particularly wa Yorùbá. Disability is not a disease.
Exactly.
Ọmọkùnrin slow wọ́n lè ní slow speech ó lè ní kíní ìdí òwú ìpè kọ́ neglect ọmọ rẹ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ẹ̀wọ̀n orí yìí ẹ̀wọ̀n dédé blockage náà.
Even Richard Branson.
Ẹ̀wọ̀n Stevie Wonder.
Even Richard Branson.
Ẹ̀wọ̀n Richard Branson. Ẹ̀wọ̀n many people.
Ọlọ́run bá mi kẹ́yìn sà.
You see, but our parents are not going to be imagine ways to move us. Then obìnrin ní kí n fẹ́ wọ́n ìtàn fún láti ọmọ ayélujára kò sílé ọkọ ẹ̀ ní ìsìn àwọn obìnrin gan ní ìṣòro ètò Nàìjíríà.
Ọlọ́run bá mi dúpẹ́ fún yín sá o.
Ọkùnrin ní òwe owó tí visa ní wọn ṣe bí bẹ́ẹ̀ ló fi jọ̀wọ́ Nàìjíríà bẹ́ẹ̀
Ọlọ́run bá mi dúpẹ́ fún yín sá.
So there are not always all these foundations but at the same time.
Alhamdulillah.
Tí a bá rí pé nǹkan pé àkíní yìí ọmọ mi mọ kíní ìyá kì í ṣe pé bí ọmọ yẹn máa fẹ́ ṣe rẹ̀ please lọ́bísà ní tó máa kéèké ní 30 minutes lórí kọ̀mpútà ọmọ yẹn á ṣe fún ní 3 minutes.
1 minute gan.
Tó ti yẹ ní ìpè ó máa fi gbé ẹgbẹ́ mọ́ ní ìyá tó no.
Of course.
I'm sorry I step on you. Sorry my dear. Èyí ní ìpọ́njẹ́ ìyá ẹ̀ òjò mọ́lẹ̀ kò má ṣe kiri.
Ẹ má sọ sọ́ọ̀rì Ọlọ́run bá mi kẹ́yìn sà. Exactly. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sà, Ọlọ́run bá mi kẹ́yìn sà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sà. Àwọn ọmọ ni. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sà, Ọlọ́run bá mi kẹ́yìn sà. Mo máa tà, ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́ sà o. Mo dúpẹ́ sà o. Yes sà, ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́ sà. Ẹ ṣeun sà o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, ẹ ṣeun sà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sà. Àmì Allah Ọlọ́run á jẹ́ pẹ́ fún wa sà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sà. Yes sà. Kí ló dòdò ẹyẹ ọmọ ni ọmọ tuntun àlejò ayé ọmọ tọ́jú ẹ dáadáa o tọ́jú ẹ dáadáa o ẹni ìyá gbọ́ ẹkún ẹ tó fẹsẹ̀ rajó ẹni bàbá gbọ́ ẹkún ẹ tó fẹsẹ̀ rajó tó ń ṣe hello my dear it's alright. Wàláì gbogbo bímọ àjèrè àwọn ọmọ wa Ọlọ́run ní fi pa wọ́n lẹ́kún Ọlọ́run ní fi wá pa wọ́n lẹ́kún àwọn ọmọ wa náà wá jèrè ara wọn. Èmi ní tí ń tòótọ́ Nafeesa Ayeola àlejò wa pàtàkì lẹ́ni mo dúpẹ́ Ọlọ́run bá wa dúpẹ́ fún yín ẹ ní ṣe àṣetì gbogbo ibi tọ́rọ̀ yín kù sí Ọlọ́run á bá mi ṣe kanlẹ̀ Ọlọ́run máa pa yín lẹ́rìn ayọ̀ ní gbogbo ọ̀nà wọ́n á kún fa ẹ̀kún. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ń wò wá tẹ́tí máa ń bá wa wà lórí ètò ní gbogbo ọ̀sẹ̀ gbogbo ìdùnnú àtayọ̀ yín pátápátá kò ní dòbù gbogbo ọmọ tẹ́ ẹ ti bí pátápátá ẹ ní fojú sunkún wọn ẹni tí ò tí ì Ọlọ́run á ṣe ọmọ àlùbáríkà gbogbo yín pátápátá gbogbo ẹ̀yin sponsors wa wọ́rọ̀ fáánẹ́ ọmọkànnà àlẹ́yà gbogbo ẹ̀yin àáfàá wa gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ fà tó jẹ́ pé bàtà bá pè yín ẹ máa ń bá wa dá sí ètò Ọlọ́run á gbà ní ìbádà fún gbogbo yín pátápátá. Ó dàbí ká máa lọlé àwọn àsìkò ilé ti tó á ní pàdé ayọ̀ ní ọ̀sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀ nínú owó nínú ọlá nínú ẹ̀mọ́gùn àti àlàáfíà ara ẹ má gbàgbé láti share program yìí á wúlò. Thank you so much for the love and support. I'll remain your sister, your daughter, your friend Nafeesa Ayeola. We shall meet again next week inshallah. Ila yamami inshallah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Lalia mami inshallah Lalia mami inshallah àwa tá ń tẹ̀lé tí òjíṣẹ́ ńlá iwájú làwa ò máa lọ a ò máa ní ìrẹ̀yìn o Sunnah and self-esteem ara ọ̀tọ̀. ètò ìrora ẹni lágbára ìgbéra ẹni níyì ti wà lórí afẹ́fẹ́ báyìí o ní gbogbo ọjọ́ Jímọ̀ lórí iléeṣẹ́ wa Naija 101.1 FM láti aago 6 títí di aago 8 àṣálẹ́ láti ṣe olùgbọ̀wọ́ ètò yìí ẹ kàn sí wa lórí ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wa 077-690-51172 077-690-51172. New Era and Student Self-Esteem, educative, empowerment and development program. Fridays on Naija 101.1 FM, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. For sponsorship, please contact us on 077-690-51172. 077-690-51172. You can send us an email, ss.esteem@gmail.com. We are on Facebook. Check us on Facebook, Center and Self-Esteem. Ilali amami inshallah. Ilali amami inshallah. Àwa tá ń tẹ̀lé tí òjíṣẹ́ ńlá. Iwájú làwa ò máa lọ, a ò máa ní rẹ̀yìn o. Iwájú lèmi ò máa lọ, ò máa ní rẹ̀yìn o. Iwájú lẹ̀yìn ò máa lẹ, ò máa ní rẹ̀yìn